Our top focus in WION right now, amid a truce in effect between Israel and Hezbollah, Israeli strikes on southern Lebanon killed 11 people in a single day, and this is according to Lebanon's health ministry. These were the deadliest raids since the ceasefire took effect last Wednesday between Hezbollah and Israel. Both the sides have accused the other of repeated violations of truce. The Lebanese ministry has said that an Israeli drone strike on the town of Shaba killed one person earlier, while Hezbollah claimed its first attack in an Israeli position since the truce took effect. The Israeli military said it had struck Hezbollah terrorists, dozens of launchers and terrorist infrastructure throughout Lebanon. Israeli Defense Minister Israel Katz has warned that if they return to war, they will act with greater force and that there will be no immunity from the state of Lebanon. Now, during a tour of Israel's northern border, Katz said that until now, Israel made a distinction between Lebanon and Hezbollah, but that will no longer be the case. As the crossfire continued amid the truce, Lebanon's army command began a recruitment with Prime Minister Najib Mikati, saying that the military is expanding in order to deploy more soldiers in the country's south. Well, this move is aimed at implementing the ceasefire and ensuring that Israel withdraws its troops from Lebanese territory. In neighborhood Gaza, the United States has expressed outrage over Israeli airstrikes, killing aid workers there. Earlier on Saturday itself, 2 aid workers were killed in Israeli airstrikes in Khan Yunis, including a Save the Children staffer. The U.S. has urged Israel to investigate the allegations. Meanwhile, French President Emmanuel Macron has announced that, along with Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, he will also co-chair a conference on the establishment of a Palestinian state in June 2025. Macron added that in the coming 2 months, the two nations will multiply and combine diplomatic initiatives to bring everyone along this path. And well, for more on this, we're now being joined by our correspondent Jody Cohen. She's joining us live from Renana. Hi, Jody. With President-elect Donald Trump indicating that he would end the war in Gaza, what's Israel saying about post-war governance there?
Hi, Raisha. So President Trump would like the war wrapped up and has sent a strong message to Hamas to return all the hostages before inauguration, or he said there will be hell to pay. Now, mediators are reportedly waiting for Hamas's response to the latest proposal. And if that looks positive, then Israel could send a delegation to Cairo for further talks. Now, in terms of a post-war Gaza, Hamas and Fatah, who runs the Palestinian Authority, have reportedly agreed to form this committee to run Gaza jointly. Now, that's not likely to be acceptable to Israel because of Hamas's 7th of October massacre against Israel, and also because of Fatah's policies, for example, of paying salaries to people who've killed Israelis. Now, Netanyahu has said in previous months that Israel will retain security control for the foreseeable future, which appears to explain Israel's military posts in Gaza. Netanyahu has also said that the Palestinians should be governed by Palestinians who don't seek to destroy Israel or support terror, which he said shouldn't be too much to ask.
Rajuri, also talk to us about the latest between Hezbollah and Israel. And do you think that the Lebanon ceasefire is under strain at this point of time after Israeli strikes and Hezbollah mortar fire?
So Netanyahu said that Israel's committed to a ceasefire but won't tolerate Hezbollah violations, and he said that minor violations will be treated as major ones. In the latest, the IDF have carried out an airstrike near Damascus in Syria that killed Hezbollah's liaison with the Syrian army. And the IDF called it a blow to Hezbollah's entrenchment in Syria and the terror group's ability to rearm. Now, Israel has been clearing Hezbollah tunnels on Israel's border in a bid to prevent future attacks once Israel withdraws. But while Israeli residents on the border are not yet able to return, some Israeli schools, national parks, nature reserves have reopened in parts of northern Israel, and that's after being closed for 14 months because of Hezbollah's rocket fire. So it appears to be a sign that Israel does expect this ceasefire to hold.
Right, Jody, thanks very much for joining us on the show. That was our correspondent, Jody Cohen, joining us live from Ra'anana in Israel.